this trending issue about the CEO of Pamtech Group and the disclaimer he released concerning two of his former staff has really stirred a lot of reactions online. Some people are strongly against him, while others are supporting him. Truth be told, the first time I heard about Pamtech Group was through Juliet, although I don't really know the other guy. At some point, I even thought Juliet was the man's daughter until I watched several videos and saw how the CEO relates with his staffs like his children or older brother. That was when I realized he was simply being a good boss. The way they marketed the company, especially Juliet, made a lot of people aware of the brand. Online, no, not offline. That is the power of influence. But influence is not ownership. This is where many people are getting it wrong. Just because someone is visible does not mean they built the foundation. A multi-million naira business does not suddenly become the creation of one influencer. That narrative is not only incorrect, it is unfair. Yes, the young lady showed passion, consistency, and strong dedication. She did very well, but we must learn to separate contribution from creation. Saying that she made the company and made the man is simply an emotional exaggeration. Pamtech Group existed before her. It will continue to exist after her. Some of us also need to understand that social media perception is not always reality. There are many people who did not even know Juliet or Pamtech Group until this issue started trending. So we should be careful not to judge everything based on emotion. At the same time, if we are being honest, the disclaimer itself carried a weight that people could feel. Even though disclaimers are not meant to be emotional or sugar-coated, tone still matters. Communication is not about what you say, but how you say it. So I understand why some people felt uncomfortable reading it. From the wording, you could even sense that there might have been a fallout behind the scenes. However, you must also understand that a disclaimer like that is not an attack. It is a boundary, necessary step to protect the company's name, reputation, and responsibilities, especially when former staff may still be publicly associated with the brand. As for those insulting the CEO, I will say this: try to own a company, employ 50 to 100 staff, train them, manage them, and pay salaries consistently. Then come back and speak on this matter. Until you have carried that kind of responsibility, you may not fully understand the emotions behind such decision. You know, say online, talk is cheap. There is always a lesson in every trending story. One major lesson is this: as a business owner, no matter how busy or big you are, always be the face of your brand. Market your business to the point where people clearly know that this is your company, especially if you're on social media. There is a woman I admire on Facebook, Mrs. Linda Chinechere Paul. She sells human hair, and the way she markets her business, you don't need anyone to tell you she is the owner. She's her own biggest influencer. Her presence is everywhere on her page. That is the point. No matter how much your staff or influencers promote your brand, never lose your position as the main identity of your business. Know when to draw the line. Another thing I observed in this is this: the CEO needs a stronger PR structure. I saw a comment where someone indirectly called the former staff witches, and the CEO responded. I don't know if it's the CEO or the page handler. That response was not necessary. When a situation is already sensitive, your reaction should be controlled and strategic. Not every comment deserves a reply, especially from the head of a company. Also, there should always be a balance in how a boss relates with staff. Being kind and friendly is good, but there must be boundaries. Too much closeness can lead to familiarity, and that see finish can later become a problem. Another sensitive issue is staff dating within the workplace. Personally, I don't think it is healthy, especially in closely managed environments. It can lead to emotional decisions, conflicts, and even betrayal if not properly handled. It's just like it's just like allowing your cook and your gate man in the house to date. You know, say that one na blunder now. You will suffer the negative effect later. Another important thing to take note of is this: before employing anyone, make it a standard practice for staff to sign a proper undertaking, including a non-compete agreement of at least 2 to 3 years. This means that after leaving the company, the staff should not work with a direct competitor or start the same line of business within that period. It helps protect the company's ideas, structure, and market position, especially in a business where people can easily move from being a star to becoming direct competitors. Of course, it has to be fair, clearly explained, and legally structured, not just forced, but it is a necessary step for long-term protection and stability of the business. Now, beyond business, let me say this clearly: whatever happens between a boss and a staff, let it end in peace. I don't like trouble. I don't like wahala. Do not burn bridges. Now, never forget the person who gave you water when you needed it most. Life is unpredictable. Life is deep. The world is big, but at the same time, it is small. Nobody knows where the wind of life will blow them. You may feel independent. Tomorrow, you may need that same person again. Whether you are the staff or the boss, handle your exit with wisdom. If there is any misunderstanding, if there is any bad blood, it is never too late to make peace. If you need to apologize, do it. Pride has destroyed many good relationships that could have still been useful. Both parties may still need each other in ways they cannot even see right now. So never burn bridges because of temporary feelings or pride. Life has a way of bringing people back to where they once were. Even in my own life, I have had misunderstandings with people, with someone close to me. I was hurt and angry at some point, but later I realized that cutting ties completely would have cost me something valuable. Today we are in better place, and I am grateful that bridge was not destroyed. So my final point is this: whether you are the boss or the staff, always choose peace. Handle endings with maturity. Protect your name and your relationship, because in life, it is not just about how you rise, it is also about how you live. That is my honest and sincere take on this matter. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching and engaging, and I'll see you in my next one. Love you and bye.